What's up everybody, I'm Rodney, and for this video I'm going to show you how I improved the overall sound of my Pearl Roadshow drum kit that you may also do for the same kit and for other entry-level drum kits. I hope you enjoy. So before we proceed, I would like to tell a little story. I learned how to play drums when I was 3 years old. Yes, 3. I didn't get any drum lessons whatsoever. So how did I learn to play drums? When I was a kid, whenever we went to the church, I would literally go beside the playing drummer and watch the hands and the beat. Surprisingly, the moment I got to play the drums, people there were so surprised that I was already able to provide the correct beat. And for that time, I became a drummer during the praise and worship portion. I could barely hit the bass and hi-hats pedal because of how short I was, but I did it. Again, I was 3. Then after that, as I grew up, for some reason, I became more aware and shy of everything, which made me stop drumming up until I reached high school. Me and my classmates formed a band just for fun experience. We would perform twice a year for 3 years, up until again because I'm shy to face the crowd, I stopped. When I got my first job and started earning from it, I realized that one of my dreams from the very beginning was to have a drum set of my own. I didn't have any drum lessons and I only played and faced the drum a couple of times. I didn't know what were the good and bad sounding drums. Until that point, all I wanted was to have a drum that I could afford, and I got this Pearl Roadshow drum kit. I was so happy. Dream came true, right? I'm now a drummer with his own drum set. But still, I wasn't aware of the sound. And because not having the time to spend with my drums, it took me up until now to focus on the sounds. And I realized that because this is an entry-level drum kit, I have so many things to upgrade and tweak. It started with changing the heads. I chose Remo Pinstripes because I wanted a warmer sound. To me, warmer sound gives me the high-end vibes. But it's just me. Pinstripes are 2-ply 17mm thick each layer, so 14mm total. I applied the said head to all the batter heads, and to me, they look good together. I didn't change the reso heads yet, but if I have extra budget, I would eventually. Secondly, I changed the cymbals. This was the most painful one. Cymbals are so expensive. So I got the 14.25 inches K custom hybrid hi-hats the 16 inches K Custom Hybrid Crash, the 18 inches A Medium Thin Crash, and I got also the 21 inches A Sweet Ride. So after I upgraded the cymbals and the heads, I noticed that my high toms weren't sounding good. Despite the different tuning combinations, they still sounded so bad. So I went back to the internet and looked for answers, and I found out that it's because of the mounts. Most mid-range to the most expensive drum set, they use suspension mounts. And for me to maximize the full sound of my high toms, I had to upgrade the mounts. Unfortunately, I couldn't see the suspension mounts perfectly fit for my Pearl Roadshow, so I had to deal with the closest one. I'm from the Philippines and I could only see suspension mounts from the US, which the shipping is really high. So again, I dealt with the closest one. I found one in Lazada. It is not really for Pearl Roadshow, so I had to modify it. I had to get the measurement and drill it, and it worked. And now my toms sound better. They don't sound plasticky anymore because I changed to the coated heads, and they don't sound choked because they now have room to resonate. And last but not least, if you plan to record your sound, you may have a Zoom H6. Zoom H6 has 6 channels, so you can put 4 XLR mics and 1 for condenser. And you may also get the Audio Technika DK4 mic. 4 mics, 1 for bass and 3 for the combination of toms and snare. So combining the Zoom H6 and the DK4, you can have a complete recording drum kit. And that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope this video helps. Please let me know if you have questions. Good luck on your drumming. Make the most out of it. I'll see you around. Peace.